Hello again, everyone. I hope you're all doing very well. Today I've got a bit of a strange Warzone for you. Hand on my heart, I wasn't playing at my best, but I've got a couple of tips in here which I wanted to share, and also a couple of mistakes which I thought were worth sharing. So coming down the Warzone, I, as always, tab through targets, and I spot this operative with 2 stacks of tactical advantage, which of course indicates that he's been using Colto probe in spawn. Mistake there, I don't use I don't mark him. I tab through a little bit too quickly, I'm afraid. So coming down, I jump straight into stealth. I don't want them to see me coming over here. I'm not doing this as a distraction. I'm out to win this node. I don't want them to. I don't want them to cap it. So I'm going along. I see there's one incoming. At this point, I'm feeling fairly confident. I see it's a sorcerer, and I hang around for a moment just to see if anyone else pops up. And then I mind maze him and instantly start capping. Now I know he's going to break this. I'm trying to bait his CC breaker. And sure enough, he breaks it, pushes me away, and then I use my instant force lift on him, which I'm getting from a heroic utility. Now, being a sorcerer, I'm also expecting him to use his bubble, which sure enough he does, so I immediately stop, combat stealth, and walk away. You might be able to see there was a little flash which tells me he's using a stun bubble. That's something you want to watch out for when facing sorcerers. And another mistake here, I did activate my force potency with the intention of attacking him and then didn't. I think in my head I was about to try and stealth cap him again, but for some reason then decided to attack. After my first attack, I jumped away to about 8-9 meters and used Force Breach, and that was to avoid his stun bubble. As you can see, that didn't work very well because he immediately bubbled himself again and stunned me. So now I'm going through my rotation. I'm unfortunately a little bit unlucky not getting that many crits here. I'm seeing he's using Innovate, so he's a Sorc healer, and that's thrown me off a little bit because honestly I was expecting to kill him pretty quickly. As you've used Low Slash on someone, it's worth using Mind Crush because they're mezzed until you deal damage, and giving that casting Mind Crush, it's not a lot of damage, but it's still a little bit of damage, and it can also bait their CC breaker usually. Now, at this point I can see I'm not going to kill this guy very quickly. He's now line of sighted, so I use Force Lift on him again, run up, and cap the node while he's stunned and can't do anything about it. I'm a little bit lucky that he doesn't jump up and use shock on me. He doesn't, and now I come out of combat and I'm ready to go back into stealth and make the call to let the rest of my team know what's going on. Stun this guy, have a quick look at the next guy. I can see it's a mercenary without a cell activated, and also in PvE gear, so I'm not too worried. I can't stun the Sorc, so I stun the Merc. Open on this guy again. This stun bubble is quickly becoming the bane of my life, as I'm sure you can see. I've got full resolve, so there's no point in him casting a whirlwind on me. I've got just enough time to low slash the Merc. And now I'm finally getting lucky with some crits and finish him off very quickly. And then it's just a quick case of finishing off the Merc as well, with the help of this Sage who's come to help me. And we're done. Now at this point you can see I type in snow and then copy it. And that's something that I always do because copy and pasting in snow in this case just saves a couple of seconds. It's not very long, but you don't want to be one of those guards that's standing there typing while your enemy is attacking you. It's one of the most irritating things to watch when you see someone getting attacked, and that's just a trick to avoid it. So the next thing I do is I go in hunt of the healing node, which is nearby. Now every Warzone, Void Star, Civil War, Hypergate, and God, what's the other one? Navarre have this healing node near the main node that you'll be guarding. It's worth going over there, planting your phase walk down, just in case you need to make a quick getaway. Now I'm looking for somewhere to guard from. I could choose this spot up here. I'm going to fast forward a bit because nothing happens for a while. I'm not getting any defender points up here. that's fine in this case. I'm more interested in keeping the node than getting a couple of extra medals, but from time to time I do jump down and have a wander around. I can see it's this Merc again, so I'm not worried. I do say there's one incoming, but it is under control.
The enemy is unbeatable.
And I immediately just go in for the kill. Again, I'm messing my rotation up a little bit here. It's not very optimal, and I do get a little bit lucky against this guy. He's clearly not very experienced. He tries to cap the node by putting a 4-second stun on me. So yeah, again, it's not much of a challenge, but I just thought it's worth showing. So carrying on for a little bit, and again, nothing happens for a while. I said this is a strange game. You can see this is still the only node that has been capped. I'm not entirely sure what's going on the other two nodes. I'm not in TeamSpeak with anyone. I'm just watching health bars really, so I can see that it looks like there's a lot of healers and a lot of tanks. Finally, this Sork comes up, a different Sork from before, but again, I can try and jump away. Hopefully not far away enough and still get stun bubbled. Now I'm trying to kill him, and I do make another mistake in a minute. Yes, I'm not flawless, sadly. And that is, I get jumped by this Marauder, and instantly I turn around and force lift him. And he carries on attacking me, and this completely stumps me. I use my low slash on him, he carries on. I combat stealth and run to get the healing node, but they immediately start capping, so I have to turn around and face them. I can see there is someone else coming to help me, so I do know I just have to hold them for another few seconds, and that does mean dying. Thankfully, that Sage from earlier has reached there in time and has managed to stop them from capping. So this time when I come down, I'm just having a quick look at what's going on. I can see that no one has gone to help, so I know that I need to go back to snow. This one I don't go back into stealth before I leave spawn, because I do want that little bit of extra speed that comes from not running. But as I see, there is a second person heading over there, so I pop into stealth there to let me open from stealth back up here. And it seems the imps have a lot of healers in this war zone. I start on the healer to try and give him some damage, so maybe he'll focus on himself rather than heal that Marauder. I switch, unfortunately, just as the Marauder pops up Dying Rage. So that was again not a great move on my part. Salt bubbles, so I switched to the Marauder. So the Sage pushes back, then I follow up with a push to completely separate the healer from the Marauder, and that's when we can finish off the Marauder. The Sork tries to run. I attempt to low slash him, but since I'm stuck halfway through, for some reason that doesn't stick. I don't know if he parried it. And then he runs off. Now, I mentioned the Marauder there. This completely stumped me for about 10 minutes. It shouldn't have done this, and you're probably screaming at your screen right now. Of course, you can see what's going on. That is that he is not a Rage, a Fury Marauder, whatever they're called now. And they, of course, do have CC immunity. I attack this Marauder when he comes back. He stealths. I try and force push him, which of course was silly because Camouflage now grants CC immunity, and he goes off to that healing node that I phase walked at earlier. Unfortunately, I had died, so I couldn't go and beat him to it. But yes, as I was saying, the Marauder has CC immunity not only on Camouflage but tied into Force Exhaustion. I think that's the Republic name. I can't remember what the Imperial name for it is. So I went back and looked at the video, and it turned out that he had used Force Exhaustion when he jumped in, and that left him immune to my lift and my low slash, so I ended up wasting 2 CCs there on him. Huge mistake on my part, and it just left me completely confused, completely clueless as to what was going on, and that was a very quick way to die after that. So now I've guarded for a bit. Finally, this operative comes out. I recognise him as the healing operative from earlier. Get a couple of good hits on him, but then he starts casting his heals, and then unfortunately just unlucky with the crits again. I should have been able to finish him off, but he's very quickly healing back up. Healing operatives are a pain just because they have their role. They've got so many defensive tools, and the moment you survive that opening burst from Shadow, it just gets a little bit painful. Here I combat stealth to reset the fight and reset force potency, and we're done. So the match carries on a bit like this. I thought I would now treat you to a couple of other stealth caps from the day. Hope you enjoy.
yourself.